technologies are taking a different turn. And this is the real time where many students have got an opportunity to think about, to learn about the new technologies and how do you shape and curate the cutting edge technologies into their domain expertise, whether you may be studying civil engineering or mechanical engineering or the chemical engineering or the specific IT and computer science or electronics engineering. If you see in everyday's world, technology is disrupting each and every step, every day, every minute. How do we cope up with this? The student has to think about it. Now when code has become, especially for the IT students who believe the code they develop can create miracles. Now after the advent of AI or tomorrow's technologies like quantum computing, where we say disruption is taking place each time, everywhere, anywhere. Tomorrow a student, today evening, the student may come up with some niche product using AI. And tomorrow morning, other students from IIT Mumbai or IIT Chennai or IIT Hyderabad, through their intelligence, through their best brains can immediately disrupt and come up with the next level. That is the speed of the technology right now. And this is the time where you people are encountering the graduation. And this is a time everybody are looking forward to see what will happen next. So we're just asking the director, when I had last visited, he had made me to go to one of the innovations that they've been doing. Self-driven car. So I was just surprised and happy to notice about 24,000 kilometers, 25,000 kilometers have been done to the self-driven car that is being innovated here in IIT Hyderabad. That is supposed to be the best. With the help of the technology leader, and I really congratulate all those students and the team members, especially the faculty members who backed them, and also you, Murthy Garu, who provided all the things what is being required for them. We should be in the forefront of in technology. So, here I would like to mention here, when I talk to many technology leaders, when I talk to technocrats who are into this field, I talk to researchers who are into AI, I talk to the next generation, to the professors. Recently I had a discussion with a professor from Germany who is delving himself into the deep research in quantum computing. What I was always feeling, what would be the next step? AI has come, it is changing our direction, it is changing our thought, it is changing our thought process. No, the speed at which the technology is taking shape is an important element for tomorrow to discuss at length. How well we can really embrace and integrate the technology at the equal speed and try to deliver. Whether it may be academics, whether it may be into research, whether it may be in terms of any field of the society which is required. When we have done a AI global conference in September 2024, the best brains, come from different faculties, even in education field, from mechanical field, or from the pharma field. They were trying to understand what is AI, how we can shape and reshape and bring in more productivity into their domain expertise and can be helpful in terms of their production and also helpful in enhancing their capacities. So this is where you people are right now at this juncture. And if you have seen it, the other cutting edge technology is the cyber security. And even me or somebody can't escape the cyber attacks, or that is where the niche of your knowledge should prevail. Because this is where the societal structure should be kept in place by the young people who can think of regulating the greatest strength of the technology to make it control and see that it should not go beyond a certain level which can be a destruction to the society, destruction to the state, and destruction to the country overall. And if you have seen in the recent wars, even though soldiers safeguard us on the borders, and it is the army, it is the air force or navy who forms a defense for our land and try to protect us. But it's the same, if you see the technology in the recent battlefield too, which has showed its relevance. Not much of human strength has been shown there. For example, if you see, just now, Murthy was talking about the drones over here. The technology involved in the drones, which had made it possible in the recent times to make India invincible on the neighbor's attack. It's a simple technology. It's a technology which has been built by people like you. So wars from now and henceforth from now will be controlled by the technology center sitting down from Hyderabad too. If it can be in Punjab borders, or if it can be in Gujarat borders, or if it can be Kashmir borders. So technology as such has so much power in right now. And recently I had gone to a small school in my constituency. I was just looking out for all the students over there. Most of the students were carrying this instrument, the smartphones. I was just asking them, how many hours they use the smartphones? And the best brains also invented so many things in that smartphone so that the humans are occupied all the time. There somewhere, some deep down on X platform, or the students, they are into memes, they are into different social platforms where their minds kept occupied all the time. How many of them does they really use them for the productive purpose? So I was asking the principal, and the principal generally, on average, they say that about 70 to 75% of the students use these smartphones just for the entertainment. If the the space and the time they spent on the smartphone, if it is used for the productive purpose, India can become the strongest nation in our global territory. But it won't happen because it all depends upon so much of influences from different, whether it may be students or the society or the family or upbringing. So how do we control this? This is also one of the subjects what we always keep looking at. I always we see the parents always give the smartphones to control their children. And that becomes a habit. How do we overcome this? Is the technology taking us in the right spirit or taking us in the wrong spirit? These are the ethical things are also which are involved in this technological evolution. So much of fight happens in the brain all the time. And I always think that what needs to be done next. And in terms of AI, every student from 8th class till now, they use all AI engines now. If professor or the teacher gives them the homework, it has become so easy for anybody to give back the assignment in a jet speed. I take it as a positive note because they try to put the technology into the stream of thought, try to use it, and come in the process when they're using it, they come up with new innovation, new thinking. But for few, it may take them to lethargic state, laziness state, where they can't use their minds. So how do we regulate this? This is an important aspect where you have to take into account. Algorithms are there when coding becomes redundant in this phase of AI. In the low code and the no code, in the process of evolution, there won't be any code at all. As a student from a social stream, if I give a command, prompt, I can get the code at jet speed on my smartphone. And it's, this institution, I can, all the give the credits to Murthy Garu and their team. When AI has come into picture, immediately they started the prompt engineering course. This will become a revolutionary subject for tomorrow because everybody gives prompts because according to my understanding, but to get a relevant answer back and to those AI engines to do deep research and to make it faster and to give a precision answer back, it all depends upon your prompt. And I think every AI student over here proves me right. I may stand corrected too. But here we are building this societies all time together, and this 17th edition, which is student-led fest, I was told about 20,000 registrations have been done for this, and it's supposed to be the largest fest in Telugu states. That's what the kids told me. And this fest, first of its kind, where it unites industry, it unites government, it unites youth, and most of the institutions from the government has collaborated with, along with the private institutions over here. And the tech fest like this, because in all IITs, the fest goes on. The tech fest happens everywhere. Now, I wish to see as a selfish person from, Telangana and IIT, Hyderabad is our Hyderabad pride. And we see this fest has to be the best fest when the students from different parts of the country come over here, visualizes, joins in this fest, and have the fruits of this fest. And in the later upcomings, of their future folding, this fest should definitely help us, basically help them in shaping their personality. And also this fest like this over here, hopefully, provides them the platform what is being required in their thinking in terms of innovation. And in this IIT Hyderabad, where most of the incubation also takes place. Incubation many times has proved successfully and matured to startups. And from startups, from here I have seen the product companies emerging and making their brands. And that's what happens anywhere in IIT Hyderabad and all. And in fact, we have a stiff competition over here. We have Hyderabad, IIT, we have all the premier institutions where you will be facing the competition. And I do recollect while studying in my school or in my graduation or in my Delhi University, where I see these festivals goes on in my domain expertise. I'm just visualizing me sitting over there, some of the VIP coming here and delivering their lecture. I'm here in the midst of the young brains, bright brains, with lots of grey matter on their side. And I see in their strength, tomorrow they will be the pioneers in terms of a technology. And I just want all the students to be. Don't just contribute your might, your skill and grey matter to be an employee. Be an innovator. Incubate your ideas. And think differently. And think out of box. And this is what any successful entrepreneur does. And I always think that, I always go to all the global capability centers where I inaugurate. I tell them one thing. Now the time has come. Most of the global capability centers over the past 20 years have emerged here as a back offices for different multinational companies. Now really time has come, keeping in geopolitical economic conditions. Now these global capability centers should reform themselves, to reshape itself. They have to become the global intellectual centers where I always indicate them during pre-independence. You know what Britishers or the British entrepreneurs used to do? They used to export dough and make a finished bread there, and that bread used to come down to India to sell it at a higher price. The same way, all our bright minds of engineers sit over here, do the coding, and the product is done over there in other part of the world, and the product is being sold here at the higher price. Now it's the time now, we become the product companies now here. How do we emerge? It's now the responsibility comes on us as a policy maker or the system drivers like the institutional heads to provide all the might required for the students to make them competent engineers and create an ecosystem where they can themselves become the entrepreneurs for tomorrow. This is what the Telangana government and we are trying to do. And in this process, I would like to really, many students would have come from different parts of our India. If there is any innovation from your side, and if you need some incubation help or coordination, or if you think your innovation would be a niche innovation, which will be required for our India and for the globe. You know, as a Minister for IT, I would like to welcome you to this state. We will give all the impetus, we will give all the strength required, even though you are from different states, and your best brains will be definitely be nurtured, and your best innovative ideas will be nurtured. And we will take these ideas, we will try to curate ideas from the best professors from this university too, and try to make you excel in the field what you want to do. So with this few words, I would like to conclude. And this Tech Fest of IIT Hyderabad, which is supposed to be 17th edition, for the next 2 days should be very encouraging, very enterprising, and hope the competition will give you new spirit, new life into a way of thinking, and new innovations can also happen over here. I wish all the young students the very best, all the best, and good luck for your future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your insightful words and for your precious time, sir. I would like to invite Director Sir and our Dean, Prashant Sir, to present a token of gratitude to Sri Sridhar Babu.
हेलो ए ब्रदर अरे साइड नहीं తీసుకోండి భయ్యా వెనకాల కెమెరాలోనే కదా